So we talked about the other different systems yesterday. Today we are finishing the rest of the slides. There's going to be an in-depth movie on it, and we will be done with body systems. Um, so reproductive system. The major parts of the reproductive system is the testes, also the prostate, the penis, the ovaries, your urethus, vagina, and breast. This is the system, as we all know. This is where babies are made, and it goes through meiosis, which you will find out more when you get into high school. What meiosis is, and how there's two different cellular activities phases that it goes through to produce an embryo. Um, the reproduction is pretty much common sense. So make sure you write down the major parts, the responsibility of it, excretory system, that's a whole mouth to say, um, is the kidneys, the liver, the lungs, the bladder, the rectum, the anus, and urethra. These are the things that remove waste from not only the blood, but from your body, period. They have different functions of doing that. Um, your kidneys, of course, this is why it is important to drink water. Cranberry juice is also a good thing to drink. That help flush out your kidneys because usually you can still live with one kidney, you can still live with one lung. Um, but it's more difficult. So this is why we maintain and we take care of these things so we don't have to hopefully be in a situation where there is only one. Um, when you hear that people are on dialysis, that means that their kidneys are not working properly or they're waiting on a kidney transplant. Um, and like I said yesterday, you can still function in life with a half of a liver or part of a liver that is donated because the liver will regenerate back. But a lot of these other organs will not. So this is why we take care of them, why we still can. the lymphatic system or the immune system. Um, it's responsible for producing white blood cells, T cells, and fluid between the cells. Um, the respiratory system. The major part is your nose, your mouth, your lungs, and your trachea. As your trachea is that really blue part, and your trachea, your esophagus is where your food and your liquid goes down, and your trachea is where your air goes down. And you see there's a part going almost halfway down and it cuts off. It's like a little flap so that your air and your food won't mix. So if you are drinking something and you start choking because it went down the wrong hole, that's what happens. That it wasn't cut off and it let the fluid go down into your lungs. And also, when it is not cut off, that's how you can get bronchitis and other stuff. Um, you mostly breathe through your mouth and your nose into your lungs and breathe out. Um, The part under your lungs is your diaphragm. If you get into singing or vocal lessons, a lot of people will say you need to sing from your diaphragm, and that's what they're talking about. Um, there's exercises that you can do to stretch it, um, and also use to amplify your voice when you sing. The endocrine system. Um, this has to do with your ovaries, testes, um, different thyroids, a whole lot of different things. Just like fitness. Um, it produces the hormones to control other parts of your body. So, estrogen you would usually find in females. Males you would find testosterone. Yes, both sexes have the same, but it's a lot less of the other in the other sex. Also, there's different hormones that trigger different things inside your body. So this is why you have, and that H word is hypothalamus. This one word I learned in elementary school and I forgot. Um, so yes, that's what the endocrine system does. It creates your hormones. It helps control the hormones that it produces, help control other parts of your body. Your immune system. It also helps create white blood cells. That's your healthy stuff. T cells, antibodies. So when you are sick, your immune system tries to dissolve the infection when it enters your body. Sometimes the over-the-counter medicine messes with your immune system, and it sometimes it can make you sicker longer because even though there's medicines and different chemicals in those medicines to make you healthy, your body does not see that like that. It sees it as an intruder, just like it sees the infection or sickness of whatever type. Um, so it will also sometimes attack medicine, and you can be sicker longer. Um, when you have chemo or anybody that has chemo, the radiation it it really wipes out the immune system. So as you see all the major functions of the parts of the immune system, it will wipe all those away. And so that is why when people have chemo, they usually don't go out. You'll see them with mask on, um, because their whole body has wiped, the chemo wipes away all those healthy cells to make them feel better. Um, and then your body has to reproduce all those again. So that is why you'll see people walk around with masks or even take certain vitamins because they have a low immune system. Uh, and different sicknesses and even genetics sometimes will affect your immune system. So we went over most of the human body and what it does, and its different systems. The video is just way too long. It's 43 minutes. So Wednesday and Thursday, you will be working on your different stations um, with your partner. Um, and then on Friday, you will be doing another open response. It's only one. You don't have to do two. It's only one this time. Um, it's a very interesting one. It's about sales. I think about microscope, something like that. Next week, because it's election day on Tuesday, Monday you will be taking a pretest over motions and forces. Um, then we will be rolling into notes on Wednesday and Thursday. Um, and we will possibly do a couple labs. This is a short unit because we will be caught up by Thanksgiving. So before we go on Thanksgiving break, we will be caught up to JCPS standards based on the curriculum. So, um, and then we will hopefully on based on class behavior. If I don't see people up doing what they're not supposed to, if Mr. Ward does not have to yell at anybody, and if everybody, keyword, everybody in your class does their work and does what they're supposed to, then in the next unit, because it also has to deal with cells and different functions and more details into the different functionalities of the the cell membrane, the nucleus, the different stuff that you currently see in this picture. We will go way, way more in depth in the next unit. Um, we will probably use the microscopes if everybody acts right. Because I don't want nobody doing anything they're supposed to, messing with microscopes because they can break. And also the slides are glass. So if you can't act right, I definitely not gonna have you run around with glass or sitting on tables. So for if you know somebody in your class that does it, tell them cut it out. Um, Also, I will bring my microscope upstairs. Um, and I think, and I'm going to try it, I think it can plug up to the TV. I know that it can plug up to a laptop. Uh, and I know it can plug up to a cell phone. So we will see um, how that goes and how it works. I should be getting it Tuesday or Wednesday from Amazon. So we will see. Um, Make sure everything's picked up. Make sure your sherry's tucked in under the table. Um, and good luck on your activities. It is a progression grade, but if you use your notes, it will be a mastery grade. So think wisely. Do you want a 30% of your grade or 70%? But make sure you and your partner, I will have a slide created on which stations are extra credit and which ones are not. Um, I'm about to work on that now. Because some of those stuff we haven't went over because that is the more in-depth part that we will be doing. Which actually, no, we're gonna start it, and then we will go over later. Or we might do the stations and then cut out those extra stations and do those later. That's what we probably do. So after you get done with the stations that are posted, you and your partner will fill out the paper. It better be more than one person's handwriting. So that means if I only see one, that's automatic. No, no. So both of you have to participate. That means if one writes one station and one writes the other, you will be fine because it's supposed to be a team activity. Um, if your partner is absent that day, then on the next day, your partner will do, they'll write everything else. So you can write everything one day, they can write it next day. Yeah, that's about it.